Hey guys, Fire here, and this is a video on what's on my Android phone, which seems to be a popular video among other tech YouTubers, and that's why I decided to do it. But I'm just gonna say that my phone is actually pretty simple. There's not a ton of apps or games, but there's still some stuff I would like to show you guys. And first off, the phone I'm using is the M-Lice M9, which seems to be a pretty good budget phone. If you want to see my review, go check it out in the description. It's called the M-Lice M9 review. So moving on to my launcher, I am using the Google Now launcher, and I really love this launcher because it gives you a really nice Android Lollipop experience, even though you actually don't have Android Lollipop, and it's actually very fluid and there's really no lag or anything like that. And in my first home screen, as you can see, I have 2 rows of apps, and I have a folder here called YouTube, and then that's where I keep my YouTube and my YouTube Studio app, so I could reply to comments and check out my stats and analytics and stuff like that. And the second app is Kick, where you know, I use to message my friends and when I don't want to use my SMS app. But I also have Mailbox here, which is the first app I'd like to show you because it actually is my favorite email client, and it's just really simple UI. You could just swipe emails to the left so that you could, or to the right, so that you can archive it if you don't want to see it anymore. And it's actually very useful, and it's my favorite email client, and I prefer it over the Gmail app or any other email app whatsoever. And over here I have my social media folder, if it will focus, hopefully. And that's where I keep my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Snapchat. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, the name is aofire_YT, and you guys can go follow me there, check out my pictures and stuff. But yeah, that's where I keep all my social media. And for music, I have Spotify, SoundCloud, and my music player. And Spotify is pretty much my favorite music app because you can play pretty much any song you want, which is really awesome. You know, MKBHD uses this a lot for his music, and almost everyone uses Spotify. I prefer over Pandora because you can actually make your own playlists and play the songs that you want. So that's that. And I have my settings here so I could quickly access my settings. And I also have Evernote, which I've done a couple of videos on. If you want to go check that out, you know, you're gonna have to scroll down a little bit because my Evernote videos are actually pretty old. But I'm thinking of doing another video on it to do like a review and stuff, and that's where you can see all my notes. And it's actually a pretty useful app. Go check it out. And I also have my Play Store app right there. And on my second home page, you know, I have a couple more apps on here. And as you can see, there is my slider widget, which just could change my brightness and my media volume, and it's just pretty useful just to swipe to the right, and I could change all of the settings on my phone. So first off, I have Adobe Reader, which is really useful for reading PDFs and stuff. And I also have MX Player, and I'd actually like to show you that app because it actually really is a cool media player for your Android phone. I think it's actually the best one, and it's just really cool. You could play pretty much any video in any format, and it's just really fluid and simple, and I could adjust the volume and the brightness directly from the app, which is really cool. So and the only game I have on my phone is actually Crossy Road right now, and if you haven't played Crossy Road, you should really get on it because it actually is a really fun game. And basically the whole point of the game is just to cross the road, really, and you could earn different characters, and you get coins and stuff. So it's actually really fun. It's actually one of my favorite games right now, and you know, there you go, and then you can get your free gift, and just yeah, just go check that out. And another one of my favorite apps is Daily Horoscope. You know, I'm not really like a horoscope kind of guy, but I just like to read whatever day I am on. I just want to read what it says, and I don't know how truthful these horoscopes are, but it's just really fun to read, so that's why I have this app. And I also have Amazon Shopping, which is actually my favorite app because Amazon is pretty much basically where I buy all my stuff. And I also have my Wells Fargo app right here, where I check out my finances and my money and stuff. also with PayPal as well. And I have my gallery and my camera here. And my favorite photo editing app is PhotoGrid, because I could basically resize all my photos to fit my Instagram videos. I mean my Instagram to fit the sizes for Instagram, which is really cool. And I also have Dropbox, and for movies and shows I have Netflix and Showbox. And if you haven't seen my Showbox videos, make sure to go check that out. Showbox is actually pretty popular, and I actually might do an app showdown on these two, because Showbox and Netflix are actually pretty similar now. And for my third and final home screen, I have Mobile Light, which accesses my Kingston Mobile Light, which is actually a really useful device to where I could sync all my photos and videos to this, or I could take anything from my Mobile Light and put it on my phone. So actually a really useful thing. I put that back, and I also have, if it'll focus, ES File Explorer, which is basically the best file manager in my opinion, so I could access all my files and move different files on my Android phone. And I also have my D-Link Lite, which connects to my D-Link camera, security camera, and it's outside. So pretty simple, as you can tell. You know, nothing too fancy. I don't have a bunch of apps on it. You know, I just like to keep everything on my phone just simple and not cluttered with apps. So hopefully you like videos like this, and if you do, please leave a big thumbs up, and as always, subscribe to the channel if you're new. So thanks for watching What's on My Android Phone, and I'll see you in the next video.